Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for Virgo. I'm pretty excited about it, Virgo. I know that I'm doing a reading for somebody who is very intuitive, somebody who has been doing a better job as of late listening to their intuition. And there's a sense here that you've been doing the right things for yourself, and it's leading you towards fame and fortune with the star. So I'm really excited for you, Virgo. Let's see what else we have. We're going to call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful night so far. I think we'll start with, hmm, I think I want the Miracle Tarot. If you don't already know, I have an obsession with skeletons, so I love this stuff. Lots of kind of different imagery in here too. All right, what do we have for Virgo? So we have the Five of Cups kind of coming out sideways. So I feel like you're leaving something behind in order to pursue something that's more of a passion for you. There could be some difficulty here in leaving behind a previous career or maybe even a work environment where you have a lot of friends or people that you care about. But we have an opportunity here that is going to challenge you to let go of some things that you've known for a while. I'll try to hold them in front of the fire here. And if you can see, there's hands actually like kind of looking like they're letting go. So I feel like you have to let go of something in order to gain something. And I think you already know what this is. And that's kind of my approach on a lot of things with regards to tarot, by the way. I shouldn't be telling you anything brand spanking new. This is more, it should be like a validation of something you already know. So there's something that you're letting go of in terms of an old lifestyle, but I don't sense that you're very upset about it. I think you accept it as natural growing pains, something that will be replaced with something you like. I guess just kind of understand that it's where you're meant to be. We have Judgment coming out, and I don't know how well you can see, but we have one skeleton is like basically choking out another. I don't know how else to say that. You could argue that this person's trying to help someone, but it does definitely look like somebody's like kind of attacking this other skeleton. So I feel like you've maybe tried to make two things work simultaneously. Maybe you've had a side hustle and a 9 to 5, and now you've gotten to the point where you've basically got to make a decision. And I feel like you know that whatever is more aligned with your creative expression and feels like something that you get excited to do, that's where you're supposed to be investing your time. And it's getting to kind of like a fever pitch where you have to decide. You can't do both anymore. Exactly. Two of Wands, you have to choose between the two wands that are in front of you, and you are being encouraged to chart a new course, something that you don't necessarily feel 100% confident on. Hello again, Miss Christina. How are you? And you may feel like you're not quite ready. With the Page of Swords in the reverse, I feel like you have this hesitancy where like you haven't learned enough or you haven't done enough to get you to the place where you feel like you need to be able to make this transition. And I think you might be wrong. I think you are underestimating your abilities because I feel like we need to go a little bit deeper with this. The goddess of the moon, this is somebody who is consistently seeing signs or receiving messages, and it's impacting them on a greater level. It's not just, hey, you should probably wear that Kelly Green shirt today because it really brings out your eyes. It's like, hey, you should do this because this is your actual calling in life. And with the star, I really feel like this intuition that you're getting messages regarding is saying yeah, you're supposed to be like pivoting or changing right now. There's something that's more in line with what your gift is or what you're meant to be doing. And that's mm, likely something, I don't know, I'm really focused on his tears right here. Likely something that people don't necessarily take seriously as a real job. I remember one of the first lives I did on here, you guys, there was someone that asked me if what I do is a real job. That's cute. I don't come to your place of business and ask if your job's a real job. Don't let anybody give you any kind of grief on what you decide is your calling or what you're meant to be doing with your life, especially if it comes from somebody that you know is operating out of negative intent, right? If they're a gatekeeper of some sort, if they're jealous, if they feel like they should be able to dictate what your life is, smile and nod. I used to, a long time ago, be the kind of person that would flip people off in traffic if I thought you were a shit driver. And I've, as of late, taken on the Forrest Gump approach. I don't know why I call it that. I guess because he was just kind of like bubbly on his, like in his own way. But now if somebody's pissing me off while I drive and I get that urge to flip them off, instead I'm like, pretending like I'm really excited to see them. And in part, it's because I know that it's a healthier reaction for me. It might actually make me giggle. And it also might piss them off more because if they're trying to elicit an angry response out of me, and then you see this like bubbly looking idiot going, like, try to be angry at me. We have Page of Wands in the reverse. I'm gonna hold it down here. I feel like I should move my candles so that you guys can see my cards better. Sorry. But we have, with Page of Wands in the reverse, I feel like there's somebody here that's just not rooting for you, right? Somebody that maybe critiques what you do and does it with a fine tooth comb. Like they want you to feel bad about what you do. Right back at you. Thank you. So let's see what else we've got with regards to this Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is in the reverse, which indicates somebody is moving beyond something that maybe kind of slowed them down a little bit in the past, a betrayal or some sort of disappointment. But we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like whatever this disappointment was, it was with somebody who was pretty difficult to get along with. So I think part of the reason this Five of Cups is in the reverse is maybe this was a boss or a job or a relationship, but somebody was making it more difficult than they needed to. And it feels to me like one of the reasons that this person was difficult is because you were sacrificing yourself by staying in this situation, whether it was a job or a relationship, and you needed to be made uncomfortable so that you would finally feel like, okay, it's time for me to make this decision and move forward with what I know I'm supposed to be doing instead of kind of like feeling beholden to something that's expected of me. You have the Six of Cups in the reverse. Spirit saying, don't live in the past. You might have grown comfortable with a particular type of job, but that takes you further away from your intuition. We have Six of Cups in the reverse, Nine of Cups, and High Priestess in the reverse. If you live in the past and you do something that is more low vibe or 3D, something that's really more focused on how much money can I make and can I be rich? Those kinds of thoughts. It distances you from your high priestess or your intuition or your north node. So there's a sense here that somebody is basically having to choose, do I want to make less money and do what I love, or do I want to kind of sacrifice what makes me happy in order to make a shitload of money or do what people expect of me? Maybe it's having a job that aligns with the career, or sorry, with the degree that you got in school, something along those lines. And I feel like I have to say something here because, um, Virgo, I could pretty easily identify with the situation because I so love doing this for you guys, and I would love this to be the only job that I need to have. And I think I'm basically reading for someone in a similar situation. Maybe you want to move into social work. Maybe you want to be able to volunteer more. Maybe you want to work for a nonprofit organization. There's something here that's calling to you, something that you feel like you could make a difference in because maybe you got experience in a different type of role that has set you up to be a unique asset somewhere else that helps you give back to the community. So this feels to me like you need a little bit of encouragement because you have maybe a couple of people in your life that would rather tell you that everything should be about making as much money as possible. You don't need additional education. You don't need other opinions. You don't need a second opinion. You know what you're here to do. You know what you're skilled at. Star in the reverse. This is right next to the Three of Cups. So it's like people don't necessarily give credit to some of the beautiful, necessary pursuits out there, like writing a novel, like writing a play, like choreographing music for a music video, things that people maybe don't give a lot of credit to or don't encourage as something that you should pursue full time. But what I really wanted to point out is look at the like runoff from the open skulls at the top, producing a sunflower. Your pain or the things that you have been through in your life that you are able to transmute in some way, whether you're a dancer, an artist, or a tarot reader, there's something that you do that brightens the world for other people or helps them learn from whatever sadness or difficulties that you've gone against, right? Hello, Real McCoy. How's it going? Actually, let's switch to another. I think we'll go with the Egyptian tarot. So there's a warning here about taking anybody else's word over whatever your intuition is. Your intuition should be the final word. We have Seven of Chalices and Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So you may have a choice in front of you, or you may have multiple choices. You may have multiple opportunities. But what I mostly see with the Seven of Chalices and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse is you have to be very cautious right now, Virgo. You have a couple of paths that extend before you, and they lead to very different outcomes. And it's like Plinko in my mind right now. There's a way that gets you over to the intersection of doing what you love and making a lot of money. And there's also at the very low end, the intersection of being really unhappy and not making a lot of money. And I feel like what people would encourage you to invest in is the opposite of what everyone expects. Now, what do I mean by that? How personal do I want to get? There are jobs that people view as really like official or hard to acquire kind of careers. Let's use doctor as an example. Did you know that doctors are one of the most frequently like in debt but makes a lot of money kind of roles? There's a panache or like a respect that comes with somebody being a doctor. But a lot of times these are people that are actually in a shitload of debt. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. There's an element here of what other people think or what they will will they perceive you as successful? And I feel like It's not as much something that you care about as somebody in your family or maybe a partner. Maybe you just want your children to be able to say nice things about what you do for work. There's a sense that you're torn. What other people think would be a good choice for you in terms of how to make money and what you want to do, what makes you happy. This, I think, does have, for some of you, a little bit to do with what your relationship status is. Are you able to do what you love and still, be able to give to a relationship the way that your partner or your person would want you to? You have the Emperor in the reverse. I feel like this is about not speaking up for what you want. There's a sense that somebody has spoken over you or tried to discredit what's important to you or what your passion is. Exactly. Ace of Chalices in the reverse. This is somebody that I feel cares about you and wants you to be successful. But what they don't understand is they're effectively asking you to not be you. Like, yeah, that's fine, but it should just be a hobby. Or no, you shouldn't even do that at all. We think it doesn't align with our religious beliefs. There's something with this Ace of Chalices in the reverse that is saying, I don't want you to do something that makes you feel whole. I don't want you to invest in something that you're meant to do. And that's not okay. This is about you being able to leverage the gifts and the intuition that you've been blessed with in order to put down something that's been overly burdensome for you and it feels like the wrong career. We have the King of Wands coming out kind of sideways. So I feel like you have a very strong passion or skill or talent that isn't necessarily seen by others in the same light as, being a doctor would be. Uh, it doesn't make it any less of a passion for you, and it doesn't mean that it's less of an impact to society. I still feel like it's something you're meant to do. So we have the King of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. When you make this decision based off of what your passion is, as opposed to what other people think you should be doing, is here we have the Eye of Horus. Pay attention to your discernment and your intuition, and when you do, then you become the King of Pentacles. All right, we're going to continue with the Meta Muse. We have the Ten of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. It feels to me like somebody may be giving you shit over whether or not you're spending too much time working on something that you're passionate about. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you're designing a line of clothes. But it's almost like I hear a whiny mom or father that's like, why are you wasting your time on that? You could be making money or you could be like finding your spouse, right? Maybe somebody's really irritated because they don't have grandkids yet. We have Three of Wands. Somebody is expecting something. I don't really like this vibe. It feels kind of entitled or argumentative in some way. It's like someone's expecting you to be obedient or to do as they say without doing your research, without your own intuition. See how this Three of Wands shows a feminine energy putting forth one of the three wands and completely disregarding the two that are behind her. I feel like there's somebody in your life that has influence that's like, this is the only right way to go. And they're wrong because there are two other wands right behind her. It's like choosing this other path is twice as lucrative for you, twice as successful for you. But this person is trying to convince you otherwise, maybe because they're jealous. Maybe they don't want you to be more successful than them, or maybe they just want you to feel like you're beholden to a 9 to 5 just like they are, right? We're in this together. But with the Tower in the reverse, you've had a change of heart, or you've seen things from a different perspective. You've seen a glimmer of being able to manage those finances. Hello, Stacy. How are you? And it's not necessarily in the way that everyone else thinks that it should be, but with the Tower in the reverse, it's the kind of change that maybe not everyone wants, but you know how to master it. It's like it's a beast that no one else wanted to train, but you know how to. What's that book? Beowulf. You slayed the dragon that no one else really thought could be slayed, which could be fame, right? Anytime I think of encouraging people to pursue fame when they may be up against, a lot of people that want to tell them that they're not capable, I think of Lady Gaga because she has some of the best quotes in terms of people like laughing in her face because she thought she would be famous, or she knew she would be famous. And then she just sits there and has a great laugh about it. We have the Nine of Cups. I feel like it came out in the reverse, but I don't really know. Sorry, I got a little chatty there. Likewise, right back at you. We've got maybe somebody eyeing your ability to make money. Be cautious of people that want to ride your coattails or want to be somehow like all up in your business. With the Four of Wands in the reverse, I feel like there's somebody who's watching you make plans, and it's almost like they want to find a way to make it an unstable foundation. Like they want to find a way to ruin it for you. So don't let anybody inspire insecure thoughts. If somebody tries to kind of erode that foundation, just respond with confidence, okay? We're going to continue with the Tarot de la Nuit. What else do we have for Virgo? Justice. Well, I like seeing that for you, Virgo. A balancing of the scales. Virgo, I've said this before, a lot of the Virgos that I know are not necessarily the best at defending their own stake, right? I don't necessarily mean that as like, the meat, but like being able to stand up for yourself or maintain your boundaries or speak up when you feel like things are not fair, right? There's been some element in your life of lack where you haven't had the financial stability that you've been deserving of. And it could be because you need to get rid of somebody. That sounds really violent. You need to clear the toxic behavior or people from your life before this financial windfall comes in for you, Virgo. If you're surrounded by people that would take or steal from you, then that abundance is going to like sit in, an unopened mailbox and wait until you're ready for it because it doesn't want to be for somebody else. We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse and the Hierophant. You might have to change your perspective on a relationship or something about your religious beliefs. You may have to accept that somebody else will not change their beliefs as far as what you have in intuition and how it might contradict somebody's conventional beliefs or belief system. So don't feel bad if you have a different worldview or perspective. We don't have to all agree on the same thing. However, you don't deserve to be dealing with somebody that wants to make you feel bad about wanting to pursue something that is a passion of yours. That's just wanting to live your best life, right? We have Page of Cups. This is some Alicia Silverstone looking shit. I love it. If you enjoyed the 90s as much as I did, Clueless, for example. So I feel like this is kind of how people look at you, like you're her character in Clueless, like you're being a little bit frivolous. I don't know, dreamy, not really grounded or down to earth. And that is not necessarily something you should apologize for, right? You should be able to have dreams and pursue those dreams without being called crazy. We have Two of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like we have a situation where somebody is wanting to cast doubt on something because of their jealousy. And I feel like it's pushing you to consider whether or not this person really needs to be in your life. If somebody is encouraging you to no longer do something that gives you that feeling of being alive, that passion that only, a certain couple of activities really can do, like my mom, when she's having a really bad day, what she wants to do is sit down and play the piano, and it's beautiful. She's so talented. Something along those lines, maybe you're a pianist, maybe you are a drummer, maybe you, like I said, are a dancer, but there's something you're meant to do. And I feel like somebody with the magician in the reverse is trying to make you feel like you don't have, trying to make sure you can see it and not light it on fire. Someone's trying to make you feel like you don't have what it takes to be able to do this thing and make money off of it. We have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. So there may be a sense that somebody is worried that you're going to leave them behind. It's not really how I would normally see that, but if you're leaving, say, a hometown or a family home or a living situation with like a sister, they're absolutely jealous. They feel like you are going to be progressing in a way that they cannot. We have the Nine of Wands in the reverse here. I feel like there's somebody that has not learned their lesson. I don't think it's you, Virgo. I think it's this person that's jealous of you. They haven't learned their lesson in terms of messing with your self-worth. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. They want you to feel like you haven't put in the work. You don't deserve some sort of fame here, but you absolutely do deserve it. They're unwilling to acknowledge your true skill or talent. We have the Three of Cups and the King of Cups. I just feel like you have a false friend, somebody that says things that come out as if they both, or it is intended to both make you happy and sad, like the backhanded compliment kind of thing. Like this card, this chick sitting here, she wants to have a little tea party. I feel like what she wants to have a tea party so she can get information from me and then use that information against me. That's what I get off this card. Here, sit down next to me. I made you something. Now tell me, what are your worst fears? And what do you hate about yourself? Oh my God, you're right. You are really fat and stupid. Like, who are you? This is somebody who wants to point out your flaws or make you feel like you haven't done the work. You don't have the resources to do what it is that you want to do. And I just flipped that King of Cups over for some reason. So I feel like there's also some sense here that This person is overly emotional and maybe prone to kind of like temper tantrums or arguing without having a real reason to do so. All right, Virgo, we're going to get a little bit more clarity here with the miniature Rider Waite. We have Justice, Five of Cups, and King of Cups. There is this King of Cups is the same individual. They are, I think, upset about missing an opportunity in their own life. And it's like they want you to go through that same thing so they can feel better about the fact that they missed their opportunity. But that's not how life works. You don't, you know, not get your opportunity because somebody else missed theirs. Ace of Cups. It's like you're able to go farther than somebody else was with their passion and they're upset about it. It's like kind of reminding me of in Black Swan when Natalie Portman's mom was identified as somebody who had also been a dancer, and maybe she wasn't super stoked for her daughter when she got the titular role. King of Pentacles in the reverse, Queen of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is somebody who doesn't want you to be successful, doesn't want you to feel like you've achieved what you want to, doesn't want you to feel like you've got the financial stability or that you've invested in something worthwhile. They don't want you to be independent. This is somebody who wants you to feel like you can't do things on your own. Who is this person? Can I slap them for you? I'm not a violent person. I just like to talk about it, okay? All right, tell me more about this King of Pentacles. We have Five of Wands in the reverse. This is like you have something very special and very unique that you can do, and there's no competition. Nobody can really touch you on that. Perfect. King of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, somebody's trying to argue with you and convince you otherwise, but they see that you're actually quite exceptional. And I think regardless of whatever they're trying to say to you with the Lovers and the Hermit here, Virgo energy, you don't care what this person has to say. You know in your gut that when an opportunity presents itself for you to do something that you're passionate about, you're going to take that opportunity. You're going to move forward. You've got the ability to leverage your own intuition to guide you instead of letting other people's opinions guide you. All right, I feel like we need to get a couple from the Zodiac fortune telling card and then we'll call it a night. I think I might do one more reading. We'll see. Got to spend more time with the kitty cats too. I also made some bomb chicken, you guys. It's going to be so good. All right, happiness from an unexpected source, and you will be very popular. Take advantage. I told you, you are meant to be famous, my friend. Happiness from an unexpected source makes me feel like you might get an opportunity that seems completely like divinely orchestrated. Like, how the hell did this fall in my lap? Successful in big things if undertaken. So please, yes, billionaire by 2030. Shit, why not 2023? You've got to believe in yourself because you are absolutely destined to be successful and famous. You may inherit wealth from an unexpected quarter. So there may be inheritance or some sort of winnings that come your way. So maybe there's a contest you can enter, and that's what helps you get famous. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the reading as much as I enjoyed giving it to you. And I'll be back hopefully a little bit later with, I think, probably a divine feminine reading, but we'll see. I don't always get to decide, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you later.